Hey everyone, welcome back to the Future Podcast, where we dive into the past, present, and future of cinema. I'm your host, Mark, and today we're taking a trip down Hollywood's golden era. Our guest today is Richard Thompson, a lifelong movie buff and Marilyn Monroe fan. He got some great insights into Marilyn's most iconic films. Richard, welcome to the show.
Hey Mark, thanks for having me. I'm thrilled to talk about Marilyn Monroe, an absolute legend who defined Hollywood glamour.
All right, let's jump right in. Richard, let's start with number 5 on your list. What's one of Marilyn's most iconic films?
Coming in at number 5, I have Niagara. This was one of her few dramatic roles, and she absolutely owned it. She played the seductive and mysterious Rose Loomis, and the way the film used her beauty to build suspense was pure genius.
Great pick. That movie showed a completely different side of her acting. All right, number 4?
Next up, at number 4, is Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. This film gave us one of Marilyn's most iconic musical performances. Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. That pink dress, the choreography, the charisma, it's still influencing pop culture today.
Oh, absolutely. So many artists have recreated that scene. What's at number 3?
At number 3, I have How to Marry a Millionaire. Marilyn, Betty Grable, and Lauren Bacall. That's an unbeatable trio. This film proved she could hold her own in a strong ensemble cast, and her comedic timing was spot on.
I love that choice. Moving on to number 2. What's next?
For number 2, I have to go with The 7-Year Itch. I mean, come on, who doesn't know the subway dress scene? This movie cemented her as a pop culture icon. It was fun, flirty, and completely Marilyn.
That's the image everyone thinks of when they hear her name. All right, drumroll. Richard, what's your number 1 most iconic Marilyn Monroe film?
Without a doubt, it has to be Some Like It Hot. This is a perfect film, comedy gold. Marilyn's performance as Sugar Cane was absolutely charming and hilarious, and she held her own alongside legends like Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. It's not just her best film, it's one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Wow, what a list! Richard, you really brought these films to life. Marilyn Monroe was truly one of a kind. That was an amazing discussion. If you haven't seen these movies yet, do yourself a favor and check them out. Marilyn Monroe's legacy is timeless. A huge thank you to Richard Thompson for joining us today.
Thanks, Mark. This was a blast. Marilyn will always be a legend.
That's it for today's episode of the Future Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in next time for more amazing discussions. Until then, keep watching the classics.